Hello everyone, welcome. My name's Sophia and today I'll be leading you all through a 60-minute Vinyasa class. For today's practice, we'll be using a block and a strap, but if you're at home and you don't have these, you can always substitute with like a book or any other kind of object like that. And then for the strap, you can even use like a shirt or a scarf. So we'll begin today's practice in child's pose, big toes together, knees wide apart. Walking your hands out in front of you and setting your sit bones back towards your heels. So from here, feel free to allow your forehead to rest into the mat. Begin to notice your breath here, whether it may be fast or slow without changing it just yet. And slowly begin to lengthen your inhales and equally lengthen your exhales. So really feeling that back body extend with every inhale. So from here, try to find that Ujjayi pranayama, or your victorious breath. This ocean-sounding breath is created through constricting your throat. And each breath sounds like an ocean wave crashing. Together we'll take the 4-part breath, or box breath. So with this breath, we'll inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4 again. So we'll take about 5 of these rounds together. So we can inhale and exhale to prepare. And then inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. Last one, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4. From here, feel free to breathe into your natural breath, finding that Ujjayi pranayama. And we can set our sankalpa or intention for today's practice here. Maybe sending some of the love you cultivate today on your mat to someone in need. Taking about 3 more breaths here. And then on your next inhale, gently tent up your fingers, and we'll walk both hands towards the right side of the mat. From here, bringing the left palm on top of the right hand for a nice side body stretch on the left side. Making sure that both sit bones are equally weighted by the heels, and you're not dumping your weight onto one side of the body. Two more breaths here. on your next inhale, we'll gently walk the hands back through center over towards the left side of the mat. For a little extra, you can even put the right palm on top of the left. Really feeling a nice lengthening in the right side body here, holding for 3 breaths. And then we'll slowly inhale, walking the hands back to center, pausing here, and knowing that you can come back to this pose at any time throughout today's practice. If you need a little more grounding or you'd like a rest, and it's totally okay. Doing whatever feels good in your bodies today. So from here, we'll gently walk the palms closer to the knees, coming into a seated position. We're sitting on top of our heels, and if this is uncomfortable, you can always bring a block and maybe bring it in between your heels, sitting on that. So from here, we'll begin with our hands. So we'll take some organic movements, maybe lengthening your arms out in front of you, maybe wiggling your fingers. And you can always gently pull back on one, holding, and then bringing the other one. Gently moving through all 10 fingers. Your eyes can be open or closed. And then whenever you're ready, maybe making wrist circles, if that feels nice. And then from here, we can even stretch our wrists. So you can grab the fingers with your left fingers with your right palm and maybe bring them back towards your wrists. Pausing here for one breath. And then we can bring it down. Switching the stretch, holding here for one breath. And then releasing, taking any organic movements your left wrist needs right now. And then we can switch to the right hand. So gently grabbing your right fingers with your left palm this time and bringing them back towards your face. Holding here for one breath. And then inhale back to center, and then we'll bring the fingertips down towards the earth, gently pressing, feeling a nice stretch. And then inhale back up, and then taking any organic movements you need once again. And then from here, we'll take some shoulder shrugs, so we can inhale to bring the shoulders up towards the ears, and exhale, release them down the back. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Last one, inhale, and exhale. Now we'll move in the opposite direction. Inhale and exhale, release down your front body. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale back to neutral spine. Maybe relaxing your shoulders away from your arms, or away from your ears, excuse me. And then from here, we'll inhale to sweep the arms up overhead, and exhale to twist towards the left side, bringing the right palm on top of the left knee. And your fingertips can stay behind you. You can even look over your left shoulder for a little extra, finding a nice gentle twist here. One more breath. you can inhale, look forward, and exhale, release your bind. From here, inhale, sweeping your arms up overhead, and exhale, twisting towards your right side this time, bringing left palm on top of the right thigh or the knee, and using your right fingertips behind you as a prop. You can look over your right shoulder for a little extra. Two more breaths here. And we can inhale, look forward, and exhale, release the bind. From here, we'll take a few seated cat-cows. So on the inhale, bringing your chest through, your arms, maybe even bringing your fingertips beside you. And then on your exhale, around your spine, you're bringing your hands on top of your knees. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. From here, we can even add some more movement if you'd like. Totally optional. But on the inhale, when we find our cow, you can reach your arms up to the sky, lifting your sit bones off your heels. And then we can exhale to sit back down, rounding the spine, palms on top of the knees, chin to chest. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Holding here. And we'll inhale back to neutral spine. Great job, everyone. From here, we'll walk the hands out in front of us, finding a tabletop position. So you can feel free to move that block beside you. Shoulders stack over wrists and hips stack over knees. From here, we'll take thread the needle pose. So we can inhale to sweep the right arm into the air and exhale to thread it through. Your right temple is on the mat here. And you can either keep that left palm planted beside your head, or if you'd like to take a bind, you can always reach around for the right hip crease. Making sure the weight is evenly distributed through both knees here. Toes can be tucked or untucked. One more breath. If you took a bind, now is your chance to unwind. Then all together we'll press into the left palm beside the face and inhale, sweeping the right arm into the air for a counter pose, holding here for one breath. And then on your exhale, planting your right palm onto the mat. From here, we can take a dancing tiger, moving the hips in one direction then the other to ring it out. Feeling free to pause anywhere that feels really nice. We'll take about 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, coming back to center. And then we'll keeping the right palm planted. Inhale, sweep your left arm into the air. And exhale, thread it through. Thread the needle pose on the left side. So from here, you can keep your right palm planted, or if you'd like, you can reach for your left hip crease. One more breath. And on your exhale, we'll release the bind if you may have taken it, pressing in, all together pressing into the right palm. Inhale, sweep the left arm into the air, holding here for one breath. And then on your exhale, planting your left palm onto the mat, taking another dancing tiger. You all are doing so amazing. Great job. On your next inhale, finding a neutral tabletop once again. And from here, we'll take puppy pose. We'll be doing a lot of hip openers today, especially towards the end of class. So this is a nice prep pose for that. So you can walk your hands out in front of you and resting your forehead onto the mat. Releasing your chest down towards the earth. Eventually, if you can, we'll rest the chin onto the mat. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. And on your next inhale, we'll plant into the palms and shift our weight forward. And then we'll gently walk the hands back under our shoulders. And then we'll take another dancing tiger to ring it out. One more breath. And then from here, we'll take bird dog. So for this one, I'll give you a few variations and feel free to do whichever one is in your practice today. So to begin, we'll inhale to sweep the right arm out in front of us. If you'd like, feel free to stay here, or if you'd like a little extra, you can extend the left leg out and behind you, holding here, or if you'd like to add a little bit of movement on your exhale, rounding your spine elbow to knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round, holding here for 1 breath. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, planting your palm and knee onto the mat. And we'll take a few cat-cows here to ring it out. So on your inhale, dropping your belly, look up. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. Inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. 1 more. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhale back to neutral spine. And from here, we'll take bird dog on the left side. So we'll inhale to sweep the left arm into the air. Feel free to stay here, or if you'd like, you can extend the right leg out behind you. Holding here, or if you'd like to add that movement once again, on your exhale, you can round your spine, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round. Holding here. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, planting your palm and knee onto the mat. Taking another cat-cow here. So on your inhale, drop your belly, look up. Exhale, round your spine, chin to chest. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Inhale back to neutral tabletop position. And from here, we'll tuck the toes and send our sit bones up and back for our first down dog of the day. Feel free to pedal out the dog here, maybe bending one knee and then the other. We're creating a straight line from the wrist to the shoulders to the hips. So feel free to add as much bend into the knee as you'd like to maintain this flat back. I'll be here for 2 more breaths. And then on your exhale, you can bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, tiptoe to the top of the mat. Finding a half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Then we'll exhale to fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, slowly rise 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way up. Your head is the last to arrive, and maybe taking a shoulder roll here if you'd like. Finding our Tadasana mountain pose. Palms face forward, big toes together, heels slightly apart. Shoulders are stacked over hips, and hips are stacked over ankles. Great job, everyone. So from here, we'll begin our Surya Namaskar A sequence, our Sun Salutation A sequence. So to begin, we'll start in our Tadasana mountain pose. Then we'll inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, planting your hands, step back into high plank pose. From here, feel free to drop your knees onto the mat if that's more comfortable. As you inhale, shift your weight forward, and exhale, release, keeping your elbows pinned beside you. Bring your chest towards the earth. Untucking your toes here. Inhale for baby cobra, hands off the mat. And then we'll exhale, planting the palms, moving through tabletop into down dog. We'll take 3 breaths here in down dog. Aiming to find external rotation in the shoulders here. And feel free to bring your gaze towards your shins, thighs, or even your belly button if that's accessible. One more breath. And on your exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, top of the mat. Half lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise all the way up. Arms up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Great job, everyone. From here, we'll do 2 more of those to really warm up the body. These are traditionally flow through to really warm up the body once again, and then also to match 1 breath per 1 movement to really get in tune with our pranayama. So beginning in Tadasana, mountain pose once again. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, hands over head. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back. And we'll move through that sequence once again. This is called our Vinyasa. So we'll inhale to shift our weight forward, and then exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, keeping your elbows pinned beside you. Moving very mindfully through these, untucking the toes. Inhale, maybe cobra this time. And then exhale, moving through tabletop into down dog. Two more breaths here. And then on your exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, top of the mat, half lift. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Great job, everyone. 1 more. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back, and move through your Vinyasa, meeting in down dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. You can even add up dog, which is what I'm doing right now. So palms and the tops of the feet are the only things touching, but that's a little bit more advanced. So if that's not in your practice today, that is perfectly okay. Making sure to listen to your body and feeling comfortable with wherever you are today. 2 more breaths here. And then on your exhale, bend your knees, look forward. Inhale, top of the mat, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Great job, everyone. You all are doing amazing. So from here, we'll hang out in Tadasana, mountain pose for about 3 breaths. Feel free to take a water break if you'd like, or you can even come back to your sankalpa or your intention. And from here, we'll begin our mandala namaskar. So we'll move around the mat in one direction and then come right back around. Those are my favorite flows to teach. So begin in Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, and move through your Vinyasa, mating in down dog.
From here, we'll inhale to sweep the left leg into the air. Exhale, bending the knees, stacking the hips. Feel free to take a few ankle rolls here in one direction and the other, or drawing a circle with your knee clockwise and counterclockwise. Then we'll inhale to straighten the legs, squaring the hips. Exhale, knee to chest, and gently plant your left foot in between your hands. From here, we'll inhale, root to rise, all the way up, high crescent lunge. So making sure the left knee is stacked on top of the left ankle here. We can interlace the fingers behind our back, maybe steepling the fingers, and inhale for a heart opener. Looking up. And finding the back bend from opening the chest rather than bending in the low back. One more breath here. If you took a bind, we'll exhale to release. And all together, we'll open up warrior two. Back foot's at a 90-degree angle, and your left knee is tracking towards your left pinky toe. Just your gaze is towards your left middle finger here. We'll take 2 more breaths here. And then on your exhale, bringing left forearm to the top of left thigh, sweeping your right arm up overhead for extended side angle pose here. If you'd like, you can always add a bind, bringing your left arm in front of your left leg and reaching your right arm behind you. If you'd like, you can also take a half bind, keeping your left palm planted, maybe even on a block. And you can reach that right hand behind you, reaching for the left hip crease, similar to what we did in thread the needle pose. Wherever you are, making sure to open your chest here, opening your heart. One more breath. If you took a bind, use your exhale to release, and all together we'll inhale, rise, all the way up, warrior two, flipping the left palm and bringing the right hand to the back of right thigh, or reaching for your left hip crease once again for a reverse warrior. While in this pose, making sure to maintain the integrity of the bend in your left knee. One more breath. And then inhale back to warrior two. From here, we'll straighten the left leg, pivoting towards the right side, keeping heels in, toes out, preparing for goddess squat here. So we can inhale to sweep the arms up overhead, and exhale, squatting down, cactusing the arms. From here, we're making sure that we can see both big toes over our knee cliffs. Lost my balance there. It's totally okay though. So from here, if you'd like, you can shift your weight side to side, playing around, or you can even be stationary. And we'll be here for one more breath. Maybe sinking a little lower on your exhale. And then we'll inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead, pivoting the right toes to face the back of the room. Hop your left foot in at a 45-degree angle. I'm all over the place today. I'm sorry, guys. So from here, we'll find pyramid pose. So we'll inhale to keep the arms up overhead, and exhale, hinging at the hips, folding forward. While in this pose, our hips are square. You should even feel your right hip moving towards the front of the room and your left hip moving towards the back, almost in a scissoring motion. And you want to make sure to maintain a micro bend in your right knee to protect it. This is Parsvottanasana. If you'd like, on your next inhale, you can find a half lift. Then you can exhale to fold a little deeper. If this is too much, you can always grab your book or block and place it behind you, behind your heel. Two more breaths here. So from here, we'll take Parsvottanasana, or revolved triangle pose. So you can bring your block or your palm to the inside of the right foot. And then we can inhale to sweep the right arm into the air, finding a nice twist. We'll hang out here for about 4 more breaths. Your drishti or gaze can be towards the ground or even up towards your fingers. One more breath. So from here, we'll take Parsvottanasana, which is our revolved half moon. So you can keep that left palm planted onto the earth, or maybe even bring the block out in front of your right foot. Then we can inhale to lift the left foot off the mat, keeping the right arm into the air. Great job, everyone. This is a really tough position, and you all are doing amazing. One more breath. And then on your exhale, planting both palms onto the mat and stepping both feet back towards the front of the room into our high plank pose. From here, you can either move through your Vinyasa or maiden down dog. One more breath in down dog. And then we'll inhale to sweep the left leg into the air. Exhale, knee to chest, and gently plant your left foot in between your hands. Keeping your right palm planted, inhale, sweep your left arm into the air for a revolved crescent lunge. One more breath. And then on your exhale, we'll plant the left palm. And from here, we'll inhale to sweep the arms up overhead, finding our high crescent lunge once again. So we'll inhale here and exhale, open up into star pose. So our heels are in, toes out, arms wide out. And I'll turn to face you guys. So from here, we'll take goddess squat once again, but we'll add some movement. So on our inhales, we'll sweep the arms up overhead. And exhale, squatting down, cactusing the arms. We'll take about 4 more of those. If you'd like, you can always stay stationary. So you can inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale, holding here, getting as deep as you can. One more breath. And then we'll inhale, rise all the way up. And then from here, we'll pivot the right toes to face the front of the room, hopping the left foot in at a 90-degree angle. Opening arms out to a T, we'll exhale to hinge forward, finding the edge, and gently plant our right hand onto our shin. Maybe even finding a peace finger bind with your big toe. Or if you'd like, you can always grab your block from behind you, bringing it to the inside of your right foot. Utthita triangle pose. Your drishti or gaze can be towards the ground or even up towards your thumb. Maintaining a micro bend in your right knee to protect it. One more breath. And from here, we'll take regular Auditions. So we'll bring the left palm on top of left hip, and the right palm is in front of the right foot. If you'd like, you can always bring the right palm on top of the block in front of you. And then on your inhale, you'll lift the left foot off the mat, keeping your hips open and your left foot flexed. If you'd like a little more challenge, you can extend the left arm into the air. Auditions, half moon. One more breath. You are doing amazing. And then on your exhale, planting your palm and foot beside your right. We'll heel toe the feet towards the outer edges of the mat, keeping the heels in, toes out. And then we'll exhale to squat down into Malasana Yogi Squat. We'll hang out here for about 3 breaths. If you'd like a little extra, you can always make little fists with your hands and press them against one another. Be here for 2 more breaths. And then on your exhale, we'll plant the palms. Inhale, lifting the sit bones into the air. Heel toe your feet together. Hands go to your hips. And then we'll inhale to rise all the way up. Great job, everyone. From here, feel free to take a water break if you'd like, or you can come back to your sankalpa or your intention. We'll hang out in Tadasana mountain pose for about 3 breaths. Feel free to even take some sighing breaths if you'd like, releasing the heat that's building up in your body. One more breath. And then from here, we'll begin the Mandala Namaskar on the right side. So we'll inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back. And you can either move through your Vinyasa or meet in down dog. Remember, inhale to shift forward. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale for a heart opener. And exhale, moving to down dog. One more breath in down dog. And then we'll inhale to sweep the right leg into the air. Exhale, bending the knees, stacking the hips. Feel free to take a few knee rolls, knee circles in one direction then the other. And then maybe some ankle rolls as well if that feels nice. Making sure to move in both directions. And then on your inhale, square your hips, straighten your leg. Exhale, knee to chest, and gently plant your right foot in between your hands. From here, root to rise. Inhale, all the way up, high crescent lunge. So from here, you can stay here, or if you'd like to add that heart opener, you can always steeple your hands behind you, interlacing your fingers, and inhale to open your heart up towards the sky. Two more breaths. And then on your exhale, you can release your bind. Inhale, swing your arms up overhead once more. And then exhale, open up, warrior 2. Back foot's at a 90-degree angle, and your right knee is tracking towards your right pinky toe. Drishti your gaze is towards your right middle finger. While in this pose, you should feel as though someone is pulling your arms from both sides. And we'll be here for 2 more breaths. And then on your exhale, bring your right forearm to the top of right thigh, sweeping your left arm up overhead for extended side angle. Once again, if you'd like to take the half bind, you can always bring your right palm on top of a block and reach your left hand for your right hip crease. We'll be here for 1 more breath. If you took your bind, use your exhale to release. And then all together, we'll inhale, rise back up, warrior 2. Flipping the right palm and bringing the left hand to the back of left thigh. Or reach for your right hip crease, reverse warrior. While in this pose, making sure to maintain the integrity of the bend in your right knee. And one more breath. And then on your inhale, moving back to warrior two. And exhale, straighten your right knee, twisting towards your left side. So I'll turn to face you all once again. So from here, we'll take wide leg forward fold. So our feet can be parallel to one another, or you can even bring your big toes in a little bit more, finding more of a pigeon-toed stance, whichever is more comfortable for you today. Feel free to take whichever variation. So we can inhale, sweeping the arms up overhead, and exhale to fold forward. You can keep your palms planted onto the mat, or you can even find a big toe bind here with your peace fingers. Parsvottanasana D. If you feel as though your weight is shifting into your heels, shift them back forward. One more breath. And we'll inhale for a half lift. Exhale, hands to hips, and inhale, rise all the way up. So from here, we'll pivot the left toes to face the back of the room, hopping the right foot in at a 45-degree angle, preparing for a pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana once again. So we can inhale to sweep the arms up overhead, and exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips, framing the left foot with both palms. If you'd like, you can always bring a block behind your heel if that's a little bit more comfortable for you today. Making sure to maintain a micro bend in your left knee to protect it. One more breath. And then from here, we'll take our Parsvottanasana revolved triangle pose. So your right palm can be to the inside of the right foot, or you can even bring your block to the inside of the left foot as well. Keeping your right palm planted, inhale, sweep your left arm into the air for revolved triangle. Once again, you can keep your gaze towards the ground, or even up towards your fingers for a little bit more challenge. Whichever you choose, that is perfectly okay and perfectly amazing. We'll be here for one more breath. And then from here, we'll take Auditions. So you can bring your block or your hand a little bit more forward, bringing a nice bend into the left knee, and then eventually lifting the right foot off the mat on your inhale. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. You all are doing amazing. And if this is too much, you can always hang out in our revolved triangle pose. One more breath. And then on your exhale, planting the left palm back onto the mat and stepping both feet back towards the front of the room, either moving through your vinyasa or pressing into down dog. And from here, we'll inhale, sweeping the right leg into the air. Exhale, knee to chest, and gently plant your right foot in between your hands. Keeping your left palm planted, inhale to sweep your right leg into the air. Revolved Crescent Lunge. Making sure to stack one shoulder on top of the other here. And then on your exhale, planting your right palm onto the mat, walking both hands towards the left side, towards your left side. So from here, we'll inhale for a half lift. Interlace your fingers behind your back if that's too much. You can always grab your scarf or your shirt like this. I hope you guys can see. And then we'll exhale to fold forward. Parsvottanasana C. Wherever you are, making sure the weight is distributed more towards the center of your foot rather than the heel. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. And from here, we'll inhale to rise all the way up in one motion. Great job, everyone. So from here, we'll pivot the left toes to face the front of the mat. Hop the right foot in at a 90-degree angle, preparing for Utthita Trikonasana triangle pose. So we'll inhale to sweep the arms out to a T. Exhale, hinge forward, finding your edge, and gently plant your left palm onto your shin to the inside of your left foot, or even finding a big toe bind here. You can always bring your hand back onto a block to the inside of your left foot if that feels a little more comfortable today. And your gesture or gaze can be towards the ground or even up towards your fingertips. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. And then from here, we'll take Auditions half moon, bringing the right palm on top of the right hip and the left foot and the left palm in front of the left foot, bringing a nice generous bend into the left knee, and then eventually lifting your right foot off the mat, flexing it and making sure your hips are open here. Auditions half moon. One more breath. And then on your exhale, we'll plant the left palm onto the mat and the right foot beside the left. Heel toe your feet out towards the outer edges, heels in, toes out. Inhale here, and exhale, send your sit bones down towards the earth. Malasana Yogi Squat. Our next sequence will be our heart opening sequence. So we'll do some laying down on our backs and then also some laying down on our front bodies. So to begin, we'll press into our palms. Inhale, lifting the sit bones into the air. And then we'll step both feet back towards the back of the mat. You can either move through your chaturanga, or you can even drop your knees onto the mat and slowly lower down. So from here, we'll take our heart opening sequence. So our first one is going to be our cobra pose. So palms are planted underneath the shoulders here. Then we'll inhale to peel our heart off the mat. So we'll be here for one more breath. And then we'll exhale to release. Maybe making a pillow with your hands and relaxing your right cheek onto the mat. Bending your knees and windshield wipe your legs side to side. One more breath. And then from here, we'll take locust pose. So we'll interlace the fingers behind the back. And there's 2 variations for your feet. You can be parallel, or for a little bit more challenge, your big toes can be together. So on your inhale, you'll lift your chest and feet off the mat. For that challenge, you can bring your big toes together. But it's perfectly okay if they're just parallel for today. Inhale to lift a little further. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. And then on your exhale, release down, releasing your bind, making a little pillow with your hands once again, and releasing your left cheek onto the mat. Windshield wiping your legs side to side for 2 breaths. And then inhale back to center, releasing your feet down.
And then from here, we'll take bow pose. So with bow pose, it's very important that we follow the steps. So we'll reach for the tops of the feet here. Our knees will be parallel to one another. And we'll find the heart opener through kicking our feet into our hands rather than a back bend. So on your inhale, you'll lift your heart off the mat by pressing into your palms. Great job, everyone. So we're looking forward here. We'll be here for 2 more breaths. You all are doing amazing. 1 more breath. And then exhale, release. And releasing your bind and making a pillow once again. Windshield wiping your legs side to side. And then from here, we'll bring the palms underneath our shoulders, and then inhale into a plank pose. Knees can be on the mat once again, and then we'll, as gracefully as we can, make our way into a seated pose. So from here, we'll do a little bit of core work to get into our back bends on our back. So we'll begin with boat pose. So the shins are parallel to the mat, and arms can be parallel as well. 1 more breath here. And then on your exhale, lower into canoe. And then exhale, release. So from here, we'll do a bridge sequence. So we'll do 2 bridges. And then on the 3rd one, you can either take bridge once again, or you can even take wheel pose. So preparing for that. So our knees will be parallel to one another here, and knees stack over our ankles. And our palms can stay on the mat. As you inhale, lifting your hips off the earth. You can even interlace your fingers once again under your back and come onto your shoulders. So we'll hold here for 2 more breaths. And then on your exhale, release down. You can windshield wipe your knees side to side if you'd like. And we'll do 1 more. So keeping your knees parallel once again, palms on the mat. Inhale to lift your sit bones up off the earth, really using your quads here to really engage. And lift rather than your hamstrings and your glutes. So you can interlace your fingers and come onto your shoulders if you'd like. One more breath. And on your exhale, release back onto your back, windshield wiping your legs side to side if you'd like. And the next one is our wheel pose. If that's in your practice, I'll do a demonstration. But if that's not in your practice today, that is perfectly okay. And so we'll bring the hands by our head here, and then we can lift off on the inhale. It really helps here, if you're in this pose, to bring your tongue to the roof of your mouth for a bandha or a lock. Wherever you are, we'll be here for 2 more breaths. And then if you took wheel or bridge, we'll slowly release down onto the back. Windshield wiping your knees side to side. And then from here, we'll hug the knees into the chest and give our lower back a little massage. Maybe moving to one side and then the other, or drawing a circle with your knees clockwise and counterclockwise. Pausing wherever it feels nice. And then from here, we'll take a few more twists. So we'll hug the right knee into the chest and our left leg lengthens out in front.
hugging your right knee, and then exhale, releasing your right knee towards your left side, finding a nice supine twist. Arms can be out to a T, and you can even look over your right shoulder for a little extra. One more breath. And we'll inhale back to center, hugging your right knee, and then switching, hugging your left knee into your chest and lengthening your right leg out in front of you. Giving yourself a big hug here, and then exhale, release your left knee towards your right side. Opening your arms out to a T and looking over your left shoulder for a little extra here. One more breath. Then inhale, coming back to center, hugging your left knee into your chest, and then bringing your right knee as well. From here, we'll take rock side to side, massaging the tailbone once again, our sacrum. From here, we'll take happy baby pose, so we can bend the knees and maybe find a peace finger bind or grabbing the outer edges of the feet. You can bring your knees closer to you, or you can even play around lengthening one leg and then the other. We'll explore here for about 5 breaths. One more breath. And then on your next inhale, we'll gently bring our knees back together, giving ourselves a big hug. Maybe even lifting your head and shoulders off the mat, squeezing every muscle, creating as much tension as possible. And on your exhale, release into Shavasana. Lengthening your legs out in front of you, arms beside you. Fully relaxing, releasing any control of your breath you may have had. Relaxing your toes, relaxing your feet, relaxing your ankles, relaxing your shins. Relaxing your calves, relaxing your knees, relaxing your thighs, relaxing your hips, relaxing your stomach, relaxing your chest, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your arms, relaxing your hands, relaxing your fingers, relaxing your neck, relaxing your face, unfurrowing your brow, and gently removing the hold of your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Fully relaxing, taking up as much space as you need. begin to start adding movement back into your fingertips and your toes. And on your inhale, lengthening your arms up overhead and pointing your toes for a good morning stretch. And then on your exhale, you can move on to your favorite side in the fetal position. Holding here for one breath. And then with as little effort as possible, gently make your way into a seated pose at the top of your mat. And together we'll take one last breath. So we'll inhale to sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to forehead. May you have peaceful thoughts. To your lips, may you have peaceful words. And to your heart, may you have peaceful actions. Thank you all so much for coming today and showing up for yourselves. Namaste. Thank you all so much again for joining me. If you have any time, feel free to leave me feedback in the description box below. There's a survey there, and I would really appreciate it. You could tell me anything you'd like to see in the future, anything you liked, anything you didn't, and any constructive criticism. I would be so open for that, and I would really appreciate to hear from you. And then we also have our group fitness instructor auditions coming up for our instructor training course. So no experience is needed, and it's actually next Monday. So if you'd like, you can sign up for our auditions. You're able to sign up like any other group fitness class, and it's on our website. So yeah, if you'd like, that would be totally fun, and this has been one of the most rewarding experiences I've had in my college career. So yeah, if that's something that interests you, you can always ask one of our instructors. And yeah, so thank you so much again, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.